Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pantelis Podcast. Special surprise broadcast on a Saturday today because we had nothing to do. My friend who's in studio today, very good guy, international stand-up comedy icon. This is the only gentleman I know that's won Comedian of the Year in 2 different countries because he likes to fuck around like that. Sugar Sammy.
Hey, man.
How you doing, bro?
What up, dog?
Is that
every time Pantelis calls me, I'm like, hey, man. He's like, what up, dog? I'm like, man, where are you from? You're from Montreal.
Every time we're on the phone,
He's like, what up, dog?
every time we're on the phone, he's always laughing the first minute. And like, why are you laughing? He's like, because every time I call you, it feels like we're doing something illegal.
What up, dog? You come over to my place, man? Bring the shit.
Yes, it sounds more sinister. And obviously, we got Poseidon here,
Yes.
sitting right in Poseidon's palace.
Forget about it.
It's the first time he watches Donnie Brasco. He didn't know it exists.
Halfway though. I fell asleep.
You fell asleep during Donnie Brasco?
I was tired, bro. It was 8 a.m.
Jeez, man. There's certain.
It was it.
Where were you?
At home.
No,
but
where were you before?
Yeah.
At work.
No, you didn't finish 8. Why are you lying?
No,
to
I
us?
didn't. No, well, hold on. Wait, slow down. Slow your roll, bro. I finished at 1.
You finished at 1?
Yeah.
And then what did you do from 1 to 8?
I went and had coffee.
You had coffee where?
At, what's that place called in the East End?
Milano's?
Yeah.
Wait, just
I
on
forgot
your
the
own?
name. I don't know why I forgot the name.
Wait, you had coffee from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m.?
No. Until like 2:30.
2:30. Okay. You went for coffee at night?
Yeah.
You
He
don't-
also wears the sunglasses. At
yeah.
night.
Like the Corey Hart of...
It doesn't affect me.
No, so wait a second. I just want to know what this. I want to know what this
I'm
lifestyle
curious
is.
too. I'm
I want to
curious
know
too.
what this lifestyle is.
It's an alternative lifestyle.
It
Sammy.
is a very alternative lifestyle. So you went from so it was at Avis, right?
Yeah.
Avis at the airport.
Yeah.
You went to the East End.
Yeah.
You had coffee till 2:30. It sounds like that sounds illegal.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like
Thank you,
like
dog.
you were up to something. What were you doing?
I was just having coffee.
No, you were doing something
With a friend.
with a friend, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your take on
It
this?
sounds super suspicious.
It does sound suspicious.
sounds suspicious.
Yeah, he's the one we should be calling. What up, dog? What you doing?
He's been missing a lot at night. And this whole month, we get these reports in Montreal, like, stabbing in the East End, shots. And he's the... You might be behind all this shit.
You know why I think he's behind it? Because Donnie Brasco, for him, was a snoozer. He fell asleep during Donnie Brasco.
This
He's like,
pussy shit.
My life's way bigger than this. I just killed 3 people. I can't watch this. Johnny Depp, pretty boy, trying to
This is
pretend
fake.
he's a mobster.
Fake shit. I don't like this. Is that how you feel? Wait, why'd you fall? Oh, yeah, because you were tired. So but what did you do? You said you went all the way till 2:30.
Yeah.
But there's that gap of 2:30 to 8 a.m.
Yeah. What happened then? What happened then?
I did stuff.
Oh, now
yeah,
you're on
now
the
you
spot.
did.
Now you're live. Now you're on the spot.
He can't even say it.
Yeah.
You really did something like we shouldn't talk about?
Okay.
Or-
No, it's a job. I'm busting balls. I went home. I created the character on.
Oh, you're playing video games.
Yeah, Monster Hunter. Played video games.
It's like it turns from he could have murdered someone to listen. I'm a dork.
Look at his face.
Listen,
you saw
I'm a
the
dork.
You
I'm
look.
disgusted. You're a piece of shit.
I went home. I went home and I masturbated to various images of dinosaurs that I like.
No, but it was
all
fucking
fun.
long.
It was all fun. I was like, oh man, this guy's badass. Nothing.
He goes 50-50. Sometimes he'll be doing something really suspicious, and other times he'll be like, "Do you like this pink bow?" Like it's very strange because you don't know. You're like, "Is he fucking with you right now?"
So funny. It's so good to run into him though. Whenever you
fun.
run into him, it's like remember whenever you'd like kids would like hang out and like find that Pokemon Go character or whatever. You're like, Poseidon's like, hey, it's Poseidon.
It feels good, yeah.
It's always like, can we take a photo?
It feels good whenever you see him outside and you don't know he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like Santa Claus. You're like, "Oh fuck yeah, I like this."
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's kind of like a full-time member of the comedy community, but you don't do stand-up yet.
No.
No.
Why'd
No.
you say yet?
I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be like a trial. I
He's
feel like you're gonna try, not a trial like in court. That's coming
That's
Well,
kinda
I've been
quick.
to court 15 times.
for parking.
I don't know why I said that.
I like the
No, not
way
just parking
he was
tickets.
so proud. I'm in court 15 times. I'm 0-15.
For parking tickets.
No more.
More?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Bigger tickets.
Bigger like speeding.
Speeding, yeah.
Oh wow. And how much was it?
I
Did you
won
win any?
14 out of 15.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Because what do you win on? This is interesting because people want to know. 14 out of 15 times, you got to know how do you win? Just show up.
You got to create reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, but how do you create reasonable doubt?
Look at him. People, they look at him like, I doubt this is real. I doubt this is happening.
I doubt this man is allowed to drive.
I'm going to tell you he was my witness for a parking ticket.
Yeah.
I got a ticket for turning on a red light, like a cop gave me one, on Jerry, which wasn't true. So I wanted to fight it. I go, fuck, I'm not paying for this. I never turned right on red. Right. So I went and I fought it, and I asked for the cop to show up, and he never came. So then she goes, do you want to end it now, or do you want to pursue till he comes back? And me, because I'm crazy, I said, fuck that, pursue it. Pursue it. I want this guy to be in court. I want to prove him wrong.
But if you end it right away,
I wouldn't have to pay anything.
Nothing.
But I know. But I'm a piece of shit.
It's
okay?
it's a
Parc-Ex
thing.
Yeah. So it's not a Parc-Ex. It's just I'm an idiot. I should have just said yeah, I want to leave. But I said no, I want to pursue it. And she's like, are you sure? Because if you do it with him, it's going to be in a couple of months, and I'm not going to be the judge because it was a nice judge. And I go, I don't care. I want justice. I demand justice. So the judge is like, okay, this guy's a crazy person, but whatever. So this was in July. It gets postponed till October. We're sitting there. He's my witness. He comes like that. His shirt is open. He's wearing a big gold cross on it. It looks suspicious as fuck. The cop actually shows up. So I bring...
So did they kick him out because of Bill 21?
No, not yet. This was like 2 years ago. So this motherfucker looks suspicious as fuck, and he's my witness.
Slick back hair.
So I answer all the questions. I tell him whatever I need to tell him. This guy goes up, super... Yeah, Mel's behind him. No, bro, listen. No, bro, listen, like super, like, and then he was yelling into the microphone, and the guy's like, "Sir, that's not a microphone, that's a recorder. Stop talking into it. You don't need to talk. We can hear you. It's not that big of a room. It's not a microphone, sir. It's not a speaker." So he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry." So he makes it that I almost lost the case, right? So then the judge is looking at us and just like, "Listen, I find the witness not credible at all." He goes, however, I find the police officer less credible than that witness.
Wow.
So I was like, so dude, the cop is like this. What? Dude, you know how insulting that is? The guy looked like he wanted to murder us, and he's like, "What happened, bro? We lost, bro." I was like, "No, we won." He's like, "That's right, bro."
So what did you get? So what did you get extra out of that?
Nothing. I didn't pay. I didn't lose any points. But the only thing I lost was time. I wasted a lot of time on this. I shouldn't have. But I was just so pissed because the guy stops me 2 blocks down, and he's like, "You made a right on a red somewhere." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's rush hour. I can't go, like, I'd hit someone. What are you talking about? I can't just go through red lights. What the fuck are you talking about?" And so I was so pissed. I go, you know what? I'm going to fucking contest this. I'm going to fight this because there's no way I'm going to let you get away with this.
And how much was the ticket?
It wasn't a lot. It was like 150. It wasn't a lot.
And he was just just like filling up a quota, or?
Look, that's what we'll say. That's what I'll assume.
Apparently, they have a quota of $3,000 a day.
So it could have been something like that. But
allegedly.
I took it so personal.
20 tickets of that price.
Yep.
At that rate.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was so like angry that it happened. I said, I demand justice. I demand justice.
Right.
And by doing that, I feel like I rectified all social issues between cops and black people. I feel like I fixed it.
As someone's getting arrested, right?
Yeah. Just for driving while black.
Yeah.
That's it. I thought you fixed it, bro.
Man. So you had to, how many months did it take?
It was a while because that happened first in September, and then I only went to court in July the first time, and then because he didn't show up and I asked for it, it was postponed till October.
Wow.
At the end of October, so it took a while.
Wow. I know, man. It's so tough to like have the time to do that. So whenever I get a parking ticket, I'm like, oh, it's gonna take so much time.
Most parking tickets that I don't even need to, like, I'll have the sticker, and they go, it's only for sticker parking here, and I go, yeah, I have the fucking sticker.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if they still fuck with me, I end up paying for it in the end because I go, I don't have time for this shit.
I know.
I'll just give them $50.
Yeah, the best thing to do is if you have certain evidence, you could like include a photocopy of it, and then they just let it go.
Yeah, I used to send photos of the back of my car with the sticker on it.
Yeah.
And I would never hear from them again. It was all done.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll ask. I had to go to court and be like, guys, why am I here? And I would tell them, are you sure you have the sticker? Are you sure you parked in front of it? And I have to show pictures. Look, this is the building. This is where the address says I park. Look at what the sign says. Yeah. And you have to show the judge. And sometimes the judge gets mad. And the judge would ask me sometimes, like, were there other cars that had tickets? Like, I think the judge is trying to figure out, is this motherfucker just going out handing out random tickets, hoping that some people don't contest them?
Right.
Because sometimes I see the judge's face, like, what the fuck? Because I have everything. I have the stick. I got a ticket for not having a sticker, but I have the sticker. I pay for the sticker. I have it. What are we talking about here? Why am I here? So shit like that happens. Yeah, it's frustrating.
The only stuff I ever contest is if it's points.
Oh, right.
Oh, he lost. How many points? You have like 1 point left.
I have 3 points left.
God damn.
3 points. So that could go fast. It's like one more infraction and you're done.
Yeah.
And then you're done for 2 years.
No. Less. When it's your first suspension, it's a few months.
Wow.
I think.
But we can't have you do that, Rudy. Now you have too many responsibilities as the intern of 2 drink minimum.
No, I'm behaving on the road. Almost committed 2 murders though on my way here. No, it's a joke.
You're our first paid employee at 2 drink minimum. You know that.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Man. Awesome. How do you feel?
Good.
Yeah. Is it like declared everything?
Whatever.
Yeah. Are you using your social insurance number? Do you have a social
Oh, yeah,
insurance
it's true.
number?
Yeah, he has his own thing. Yeah, that's true.
I do
He's-
have a social
Yeah,
insurance number.
no, we know that. I mean, instead of, I'm a real boy. Yeah, he gets actually paid. That's fucking it. You were the first one before we had Pierre. It was before we ever started that.
Really?
Yeah, we started paying you from here when we were still in
Wow.
this studio.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And you've never tried to do stand-up or decide, hey, I might want to do stand-up?
No. Never crossed my mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
People have tried to push me to do it.
Yeah. No, you got to have it your own volition of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
Also,
do
I
it.
feel like I've seen so many sets of stand up. Not everybody. It's not for everybody, man.
It is not for everybody.
Man, this is like
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tougher than people think.
Yeah.
It's tougher than people think. I mean, you know, a lot of people think it's very easy, but
That's what I hear all the time.
Yeah, the key is making it look easy.
But not just that, I sort of experienced stand up when we had the live at the Bordel, those 2 live shows in front of a audience.
yeah.
It's not really stand up, but like
You
I
had
s-
to be on the spot in front of an audience.
Exactly. And inside me the whole time
He was nervous.
I was so like I don't know how you guys do that and go up there for like an hour. It's nuts.
I mean, there are times also when I'm up there going, you know, like where you kind of feel like you're there, but you're not there.
All the time,
Yeah, you know, you're up there, but you're like, okay, but this is kind of a blur.
Yeah.
And then you zone into the audience from time to time, and then you zone out, and you kind of have to have that dance because if you're too zoned in, then you could be too self-conscious.
Yep.
Yeah,
of
it's a
yourself.
dance.
Yeah, and if you're too zoned out, then you can kind of disconnect from the audience as well. So you have to have that dance of zoning in and out of your set.
It's hard to describe though. The fact that you understand it, I could talk to you about it, but it's so when I tell people like I don't know what you mean. What does that mean?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like I'm looking at myself performing stand up.
And you can't.
That's
as soon as you
crazy.
start doing that, you
That's
have to
crazy.
zone.
Yeah, that's what happens. Then you gotta fight because sometimes it'll happen. I'm like, whoa, you're going through the motions, and then you try to get back in your body. It's the weirdest, but it's hard to describe to
Jesus
someone. It's
Christ.
hard to describe to someone what it is.
It's almost like, you know, when you're dancing and you know you're dancing badly.
Yeah.
And then you're all of a sudden going, I'm dancing like a moron.
Exactly. It's exactly
Yeah.
that.
And then there are times where you're dancing really well, but you're not even conscious that you're dancing, but it's going really well.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, okay, me and my lady are grooving on the dance floor right now. It's looking real good. I don't even have to worry about it. And then there are times where like, this isn't working. I need to sit down.
Yeah. I've been there, and it's funny because I've been there dancing. I'm like, what am I doing? I shouldn't be dancing. I'm not a dancer. This is stupid.
Happens all the time. I mean, I think a lot of that happens not from like a show that's, you know, a well-oiled machine, like shows that I've performed where it's been, you know, it's been tested, tried and true comedy where I'm like, okay,
You can
this is-
autopilot for a while.
Yeah, you can just mess around. That's when I go and mess around with the audience. But when I'm testing new stuff, if it doesn't go well, like one bit doesn't go well, if the second one after that doesn't go well, then it's just a sliding
boy.
slope.
Yeah. And then I'm super zoned in, but I'm disappointed, angry. You know, I'm like, I gotta fix this.
And you're trying to save.
Yeah.
You're trying to save your set, you know, and you're trying to bring in something tried and tested to save that set, and then, you know, piggyback off of that and try new material again. It is a crazy, crazy process, and it can be so mind-boggling, especially when you're creating. Like,
Yeah,
right?
when you're creating is the craziest part because sometimes it's a word that could make or break the entire joke.
Oh, sometimes it's the order of
Yeah,
your set.
the order of the set.
You know, sometimes if you bring something too heavy too early, you lose them for the rest of the set. Like, you know, you could just say the word trans and it's done.
Yeah.
It is done for the rest of the set. Yeah.
We don't like the Trans-Canadian Highway. We're not highway people here. What's going on? And you've been fucking around with that recently too because
yeah.
you've been pushing the buttons a lot, so you see it.
Well, for me, I mean, okay, like, you know, we were talking about this. You know, I think we were talking about how sensitive it's become lately, but I think it's getting more progressively more and more sensitive, like within even the last year.
You noticed it because you left from here. You
Yeah.
did all the European stuff.
Yeah.
So you get to come back to when you were performing in front of the local population here
Yeah.
and do a joke that got a certain reaction last year.
Yeah.
And then you could see the evolution where us, because it's every day,
Yeah.
I might not see it get worse or better
Yeah.
right away.
Well, you also see it, and I think there's a little bit of culpability within also the comedy community because they sort of get affected by it. So what happens is everybody's afraid to go into certain territories. So when you watch like a comedy show, you'll have 4 or 5 comedians who are all left-leaning because they kind of have to be.
Yeah.
And as soon as someone brings in something that's a little more, you know, I would say, you know, that goes against the grain, you know, counterculture.
Closer to center, yeah.
Yeah, closer to center or even like center right. Then you start seeing everybody get a little bit sensitive because like, ooh, wait, hold on. Are we allowed to talk about this? Because
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things I like comedy where it's stuff that we've talked about behind closed doors that now comes out to the forefront. And that's the best. I find that's always the best stand-up is when it's like, oh my God, nobody's talked about this or nobody's taken this position in a while. Let's see where this goes. And there's like this element of danger in the audience. And I always find that's fun. But when you're up there, you could be like, I could lose these people so quickly. And you have to write better material to make sure that it does resonate and does kill, even with people who are very left-leaning. And it's becoming more and more publicly, you almost have to be so left-wing. Otherwise, it's a dispute.
Yeah, exactly. And I hate that shit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the extreme right is kind of nuts in terms of their views, which are so conservative, and the extreme left are a bunch of crybabies. So when you have those,
they're
two,
both nuts.
Yeah,
And you know what's crazy is
damn.
the left. What shocks me is you'd think that at least if you're if you're crazy left, you'd think they'd at least be for free speech. Say whatever you want. I just don't want to hear it. But it's the opposite. They're for suppressing speech. Oh, you can't say that.
Yeah.
You can't. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're the left.
Yeah, it's becoming a bunch of hall monitors on
Yeah.
the left, and it's becoming a bunch of it's
true.
It's
That's
true.
so
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's all hall monitors.
It's all hall monitors.
And
Yeah.
I remember Obama said something pretty cool a month ago, where he said, you know, you're not going to progress as a society if you just do that. If you just wait for someone to say something that's probably a little bit here off and not perfect in terms of, you know, their point of view or your point of view, and then you just start correcting them. That's not the way to progress. The way to progress is actually get off your butt and do something. You know,
He had fucking 8 years, bro. He
Yeah.
had fucking 8 years. That's when he should have got off his butt. But
No, but like, you know, I feel like there's got to be that nuance, and I think that's where people aren't having that conversation in that zone where there's such a gray area and there's so much nuance. And that's what I'm trying to do now on stage. Is I take on the left point of view and then I kind of counter it with my right wing point of view because I'm both.
yeah, that's normal people are both.
I think we all are both. I think you're a little bit left, you're a little bit right, depending on what the subject is.
Yeah.
But now what's happening is like people are saying, well, if you're going to vote or if you're going to, you know, adhere to the right wing, then you have to buy everything that they're doing.
Yeah, or the left, same thing.
Yeah, and left. Like, you know, I talk about it on stage. I'm like, economically, the older I get, the more I'm becoming, you know, center right, but socially, I'm still center left. You know, so it's like, but it depends on the issue now. There's certain issues I'm left, certain issues I'm right, and so there's all of that nuance in my show. But as soon as someone on the left sees that, well, he believes this about this topic, so wait a second. I'm out now.
Yeah.
I'm not tuning in. Okay, this is not progressive enough for me, and we're out.
Somebody had said, one comic had said, and they were correct, it was the checklist. They look at what you said just without context, just a word, and they go to the checklist like, this word means this, it means it's part of this. Okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
No regard of how you said it or what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just this fits into that narrative. I'm out. I'm zoning out.
Yeah, that's why I make sure that because a lot of the left also, this is one thing I've seen, is they'll come out to a show or they'll watch shows on the internet and stuff like, you know, but they don't come to the paying shows, like the big ticket shows. So it's like you keep your ticket price a little bit high, and then we can all have fun.
Because they don't make money.
No, it's not that. The money needs to be spent on blue hair dye, Poseidon. Okay?
And then you can all have fun. So I talk about that on stage. I'm like, tickets are. You know,
That's fucking amazing.
When it's a
That's
$5, $5 ticket, I know you're here, but you're not gonna come to my real show. So I'm
That's
not worried.
fucking
So I'm not
killer.
worried.
That's amazing.
I never even thought about that perspective, but it's funny.
But it's so true because the left won't go to a show to see. They won't buy a big ticket show.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, let me see where I'm gonna be offended for this price, and then I'll talk about it online. They'll be like, I want to go see a free show and then be mad for free again on Twitter, or go watch some free videos and then be mad for free again. So it's like,
It's goddamn commies.
It's the Yelp review generation.
it is. So you almost like this, people will criticize.
Yeah.
But when they come to the show, they're not going to come to the show. Because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, they're not going to come to the real show, but they'll come to like the open mics and things like that. So you're like, okay, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you're like, I'm not creating a show for them. I'm creating a show for people who want to go watch comedy and have a good time. And they're comedy consumers, you know?
Dude, I saw something hilarious. I want to talk about on tomorrow's live stream. Good thing I remembered now. There's a comic in England. I don't remember. I think she has a speech impediment or she has some autism. But she's very funny. And she made a joke on a TV show in England about Greta Thunberg.
Right.
She said it's nice that she's very passionate. She goes, but she's 16. She should be living like a 16-year-old. She should be getting finger blasted at parties and do this later when you're older. And people went nuts on her. They started attacking. But what's crazy is they started attacking an autistic person for making fun of a 16-year-old. But that joke, if Greta Thunberg was any other famous 16-year-old, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that she's become a poster child for something, so you're not allowed to make fun of her. She becomes untouchable. And you're making fun of a person who actually is handicapped. You're getting mad at a handicapped person for making a joke, which was a fucking good joke.
Well, here's what happens, I think. You see that all the time. People conveniently, when it comes to jokes, they'll be like, oh, we're as strong as everybody else. We're on an equal platform. But as soon as you make a joke about them, they're like, well, now I'm the victim.
Yeah.
You're like, well, it just weakened your position by saying you can't make jokes about me because I'm this and because I'm that. I remember making a joke about Pauline Marois, and everybody's like, how dare you make a joke about Pauline Marois?
The premier.
She's a woman. I'm like, no.
What?
She's the premier of Quebec.
Yeah.
I'm like, if she wants to be the premier of Quebec,
she's the most powerful woman here.
Yeah, and she wants to be seen as equal to the male premier, the last premier. Well, then she has to be able to be the brunt of
criticism. Yeah, because we do it to everyone.
Exactly. You can't just go, oh well, we need that equality, but when it's time to make fun of someone or to criticize them, well, then you can't because they're a woman or because they're this or because they're that. So that weakens your position a little bit as well. So I think it's almost like, for me, it's either you make fun of nobody or you make fun of everybody equally, and that's where true equality happens.
I was doing a show a week ago for Rashta, and there's a comedian who's in the city. I forget his name, Amr, I think. What's his name? And he has he's like a little person. He's got, I forgot what it was. He told me what it was.
Oh, right.
But he even told me, he goes, he doesn't like that shit. He had something came up in the conversation when somebody's not willing to make fun of you. He's like, what the fuck does that mean? No, make fun of me, stupid. I'm part of this.
Yeah.
The second you go, I can't make fun of you or you're going to take it the wrong way. Why? Why do you assume I'm going to take it the fucking wrong way? We're all having fun. We're all telling jokes. So why should I be immune to it?
The only time I don't make fun of someone is when I say they're not worth making fun of.
Like if they don't like it. Like
no,
if they're not
because
into
no
it.
one knows them.
Oh, that's like, you mean like to shit on something?
Yeah,
like
no
you're not going to go up on stage and be like, let me tell you something about this guy, Steve, my neighbor, this son of a bitch.
I know. or it's like, let me make fun of microbiologists. And like, you're going to lose the crowd. Because they'll be like, I don't really know many. I don't know what their lifestyle's like.
I don't like those nerds anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yesterday, I had someone at the show. I was doing my brother's show at Rosewood. And
you're going to come by? I'm going to be there tonight.
Tonight, I won't be able to make it. But I was there yesterday. I popped on at the end. And there was a guy. He's a friend of Darren Henwood's. He works at NASA.
Oh, nice.
He launches or works with people who launch, like he's on the team that launched those space telescopes that discover new planets. Like
that's
exoplanets.
Fucking badass.
That was amazing. I was like,
cool.
this is.
You don't even believe in NASA, you.
I was like, this is the best guy in the room.
Yeah.
That guy was so interesting. I started talking to him in front of the audience, and I just like, guys, don't mind us. I'm fascinated by him.
Isn't it? There's like 100 people, and you're the best human being in here. The rest of us, we're expendable.
Exactly. I was like, I want to get to know this guy.
Yeah.
I'm developing a friendship, and I was like, don't mind us. This guy is super interesting, and it's fun to kind of like discover like that type of audience. It was like a mix of an audience. There was a little bit of that. There were some couples. There were some guys from America. You could see there were some right-wing people, some left-wing people.
Interesting.
There were like feminists. There were like people who, just like, not feminists.
Poseidon's a feminist, but he's a. You don't believe women should be treated equally, Poseidon?
Absolutely the fuck not. No.
No, Poseidon's an actual feminist, but he's an old school feminist.
Yeah.
He just believes in equality. He doesn't believe in female superiority because he's not insane.
Well, I believe in equality, but complete equality.
Yeah, me too.
Meaning that means equal in terms of when it's good, but equal when it's bad as well. You got to take the criticism equally as well. So there has to be both. It can't be like equality, but then when it's time to criticize, you're like, hey, I'm a woman. You can't touch that. That I find wrong, because then you're just picking the best parts of equality. You're just being like, you don't want equality. You want equality's greatest hits.
You don't want equality. You want superiority.
Yeah,
it's like the WNBA, right? When they were complaining about not making as much money as the men.
Well, no one's paying the tickets.
But that's what I'm. They're
That's
like, well,
just
we should.
simple
but
math.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It hasn't. They're not getting paid more because they're men. That has nothing to do with it. They're getting paid more because they're selling tickets. They have all these endorsement deals. That's where the money's coming from. You think it just comes from some magic tree?
No.
Like, you get the money. You get the...
It's what
Oprah's
the market,
not paying these people.
It's what the market decides. You know, it's what the market decides. It's like gas. It's like milk saying, I want to be charged as... I want you to pay as much for me as for gas. You're like,
I'm
no.
not buying milk.
No, dude. Your milk.
Yeah, you deal with it.
No,
Also,
the
there are only
market
so many
decides.
missed layups
Yeah.
a person could look at until they fucking give up and leave.
No, I think the market decides, and that's just basic economy. It's basic business. Like, you can't just make money up so everybody can have equality. It's like you got to tell the fans, hey, you've got to be willing to come to see this game for this price. You know? That's there's no way you can change that, and that's not someone at the top deciding, okay, well, we're going to make sure that
No one's holding anyone down. Everybody wants to make money.
No. It's like male models probably say the same thing. I want to be paid as much as female models.
Shut up, stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Let the
Or
ladies
male
do their
porn
fucking job.
stars.
Male porn stars, female porn. I mean, that discussion through industries, you know, female models are paid more because people are willing to pay more to see them. They're on the cover of magazines. Did you buy that magazine?
Yeah, men are hideous. We don't want to watch
Compared to women?
Compared to women?
Come on, man. No, the ugliest woman is prettier than the prettiest man. Like,
But it's compared. Yeah, there's win. There's you lose some, you win some.
yeah, exactly.
They really are the fairer sex.
I mean, for sure, visually, doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
I mean, no woman is uglier than David Beckham. David Beckham's the prettiest man out there.
That's not true. Though.
No, you're right.
I've seen some goblins, sir.
I have seen. Yeah.
I've seen, but that's the same with everyone.
Yeah.
But but in general, women are fucking.
If you average it out,
they're gonna, especially in modeling, somebody complains. That's the funny, because they do. Male models, I know, complain, but I know that male porn stars complain.
yeah.
Why do women? But it's the same thing, because people would pay money, would subscribe to watch these women. They're like, it's some dude. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Exactly.
I don't see anybody fucking picketing porn studios for that.
No, who's the most famous male porn star? Is
Ron Jeremy.
Ron
No, it's
Jeremy.
Oh, bro.
There's that.
We're losing that war.
There's that bald guy now. What's his name there?
You tell us, buddy. Who's your favorite porn star?
That bald guy there, bro.
The bald guy, man.
Buck Angel.
The guy.
I don't know, bro, but he's a bald guy. He's always a doctor, and there's memes about him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's memes about
He's
him.
always a doctor.
Yeah.
They have one guy.
He's a doctor. He goes, fuck, I forgot what the joke was about. He goes, be like Johnny Sins. Somebody knocking on the fucking door, bro.
Yes.
I doubt it.
Yeah. Someone knocked on the door.
There's no way.
Hello.
Who is that?
We're
Come
doing
on
a
in.
live stream, bro.
Come on
Fuck
in.
out of here.
Who is it?
It's one of my friends.
Who was it?
That's my buddy. He's a super genius in stocks. He runs his own thing. Actually, we should talk to him after.
Yeah.
Super. He pointed me in the right direction on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Harry, I've had him on my podcast before to talk about fucking super smart guy.
When he has his own company.
Yeah, he has his own company, does his own thing, and he's also into like mixed martial arts and shit. He competes and shit. He's a cool ass dude.
Wait a second. He fights as an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And will diversify your portfolio.
Bro, this guy doesn't. Okay. This guy, you know what he is? I think Harry might be Batman, if I think about it.
That's so funny.
Harry might be Batman. Yeah.
I've never seen that combo.
Yeah.
I actually met a guy who does stand up and is a mixed martial arts fighter or something. Like he did a couple of sets on in terms of stand up. He did my brother's show. This guy Jamie something. I ran into him in NDG and he wrote me recently. So
I gotta see him. If I see him, I probably know him. It happens to me a lot because you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then you.
I think it's interesting. It'd be fun to hear someone who does that talk about that world.
I want to hear. Well, I think, does Brenton Schaub ever talk about that on stage?
What about Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan's not a fighter.
He's not a fighter, but he trains and he's a commentator.
It's not the same thing. I want to know from in the ring, but Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Well, people.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Some people don't know Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, I think, even worked with certain UFC fighters, including GSP. Shout out to George St. Pierre if that's true.
Wow.
About the kicks. Joe Rogan's kicks are legendary. He could kill you.
Really?
Yeah, he could fucking kill you.
Yeah,
Like decapitate you.
I mean, he doesn't look
Break
like a
your
guy
ribs.
you want to mess with either.
No. Dude, you know how big his fingers are? Bro, he's fucking like shaking his hand.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan will kill you if he
He
wants
must
to.
train like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
He's huge, yeah.
I like people like that. People that look like they can kill you but decide not to.
Yeah, like I think the fact that
Every minute's a decision in their lives. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you.
there's a chance that because he goes hunting and he has these bow and arrows, all that shit. There's a chance he's lying to us. He actually kills them with his bare hands, bro. There's a chance he fucking fights most and shit with his bare. He's he's
Or
fucking-
he shoots them in the leg just to cripple them, like the deer.
Yeah, and
'cause
then
they
he'll
run
rip them apart.
And then he goes up to them and he's like,
If there's like apocalyptic times, that's the first fucking place I'm going. I'm like, Joe Rogan, please take care of me.
And let's talk about this on the air.
Yeah. Please take care, bro. You gotta go hunt some animals. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. Very few people in North America would survive a actual thing like apocalyptic
Oh, yeah.
situation.
I
He's
believe
one
it.
of them.
I think it's true. You're right. You're right. I mean, especially in the States with all that type 2 diabetes going around,
Yeah.
you'll be like, that's it. It's over. I think, yeah, it's created like a society of people who just do nothing.
Yep.
Stay at home. And it's the thing. We're getting more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been home for like 3 weeks and I haven't done nothing.
We get paid. I was thinking about this the other day and it made me feel guilty. We get paid to talk shit.
Yeah. I mean, it is work. Like
No,
you were
I'm not saying
nobody-
it's easy, but
Yeah.
it's still. Describe 100 years ago to someone
Forget
what you
it.
do. They'd be like, "Are you a crazy person? What are you talking about?
Forget it.
Go pick up that chicken shit."
Yeah, exactly. But there were people who were doing like caravans of like horses and carriages going from town to town doing like theater,
Like vaudevillian
Yeah,
and
exactly.
circus shows and shit.
yeah,
like that,
exactly.
That's us.
Yeah, I feel like either we would have been that. Well, I'm Indian. I probably would have been a slave somewhere, more than
You stay away from the Gulf. Stay away from the Gulf, bro.
from the Gulf.
Yeah, they take your fucking passports.
What, really? Wow.
Yeah, like what is it? Dubai and all that shit.
have you ever been there?
I have actually. I've performed.
Yeah,
in Dubai.
now as a performer,
okay.
you didn't go there as an immigrant.
No, it would have been good to be born Emirati though, because when you're an Emirati,
I don't
who's
think you
born-
could. No, I think you have to be an Emirati. I don't think if you're born there but you're somewhere else, like let's say Indians that are born there, they don't get treated
No.
the same.
No.
But if your family were Emiratis,
Oh, then you're a king there.
forever.
Yeah.
And
Like-
these people are stupid loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But they're also Emirati, bro. So it's, win some, you lose some.
but I've heard crazy stories of them just spending money, bro. Just
Oh, Emirati
Insane
money
shit.
is like that kind of money there, the oil money, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That stuff you can't even joke about. It's not like he's like, oh, he shut down the club. These guys are like, no, we'll take a rocket launcher to the club. Like,
Yeah.
they'll do whatever they want. It's
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
money.
No, it's crazy money. It's like that's how I feel like when I go make money in France and I come spend it in Côte d'Ivoire. You feel powerful. You're like, you feel powerful. You're like, let me buy this apple for 4 cents. Give me 5 apples.
Well, the Emirati, when he's not thinking, he's just spending. He's like, I bought a yacht and 16 camels.
I've
Just
heard,
to fuck
I've
around.
heard stories of them coming to Montreal, walking into clubs. It's somebody's birthday party. They buy what did he buy? He bought, I think, a $5,000 champagne bottle for every person in the place. There wasn't
Wow.
that many people. There was like 30 people.
Still, yeah, not that many.
It's like 30 people.
That's still 150 grand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, tips each waiter and the owner $5,000, and then just dips. Doesn't even stay and try to.
I've
crazy
met-
shit like this.
I've met few Saudis and Emiratis. Well, Emiratis, Abu Dhabi and all that stuff. But I've noticed there's no middle ground. It's either they're the nicest person you ever met,
Yeah.
or the
biggest-
biggest piece of shit.
Right.
I've never met an in the middle, but most of the ones that I met are fucking super nice.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
depends on how they're raised, right?
Yeah,
It
it's all.
depends on
That's what I tell the difference. Remember that joke that I was talking about when I was making fun of Algerians on stage. The difference between people is hopefully now people actually get it. Is all cultural, and most of it comes from your home.
Yeah.
So if your home culture is garbage, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You're gonna the whole joke was if I adopt a Chinese kid or a Nigerian kid, they're gonna grow up to be weird Greeksters because I'm just a weird Greek guy.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna be anything else but what I give them.
It's so true. I remember hanging out with some people, and they were pretty affluent, and their kids. As soon as I went over to their place, their kids first thing they lined up all to say hello politely, and I'm like, wow, they're so rich, but their parents.
You're gonna be a
taught
fucking
them,
human being.
You're gonna be a human being, and you're gonna be polite, and you lie. And as soon as someone comes, you come and say hello, and you shake their hand. It's almost like they were trained. This is how you do it. This is how you behave in public. I was like, that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
I see a
approve
lot of
this.
animals. I see a lot of animals.
You do
out
see a
there.
lot, but a lot of it is because they were, raised wild. That's it. Like people just let their kids free, and like
Look, back in the day when we were younger, freedom wasn't the same thing because we were free to I was outside, let's say, playing in the streets with my friends, but it was a smaller subculture of people, right? And we all kind of knew each other. It was still that safety net. With the internet, if your kid is free, the internet is vast and expansive, right? The kid that you think you have, if you leave him alone for a year to just go through that wormhole of the internet, dude, he comes back and he's like, listen, guys, tables aren't fucking real.
Yeah. No, I know.
And lizards were behind 9/11.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you got to
when we know it was the Saudis.
Nah, you know. It's you do have to raise your kids.
I thought it was Hillary Clinton.
I think it's got to be, you have to factor in the internet now. You have to make sure, you have to raise them even more than you used to. Because back in the day, you just worry about like the 2-3 bullies in the neighborhood. Now it's like a world of bullies and predators online. And not just that, it's also people who are like, you know, just bad influences on the internet. You see that more and more. Like people who like glorify their lives and then you meet them. And how many times have you seen, like I've been away, right? So sometimes you see all these people, these comics putting up photos of themselves and you think, wow, they have the biggest career. I've been gone for like 4 months.
They're killing it.
They're killing it. And then you come back home and you're like, so wow, this person's killing it. They're like, no. I'm like, but I see all these photos and these videos and like they're like saying they're killing it.
Fake.
And nothing's happening. And you're like, okay, they're not at the level that you think they are. But everybody likes to put that out there without the work.
Without the work, that's the thing. But we've had this conversation. He's been in front of me when I get to arguments with people because they'll tell me things like, oh, it must be easy for you, you know, like because of the show and all that. I'm like, what do you mean easy? It's like, hey, you know, it's good that you met Mike and he just brought you on and you did that. I was like, dude, I've been podcasting for 10 fucking years. I've been doing stand. They only see the success. Yeah. So they're like, that's it. It's easy. You just got to try a bit. You got it. Yeah. They don't see the 1 million times that fucking it doesn't go well.
The grind.
Grind to get there. So I'm like, these people, but the reason is because of the internet. Because all you're going to post is highlights, right? It's very rare that you're going to post your failures. You're going to post your highlights. So then the perception somebody doesn't know, if someone's younger and they haven't worked in life, they don't know that in order to get that success, there was some work in it. Right. So in their head, they're like, fucking life is easy. Just go out there and do shit.
A lot of it is let's post photos of success before the success. You know, so it makes it look like you have success.
And we're going to fucking make it.
Yeah, we're going to make it.
Me, the thing is, what I don't post is it's very rare for me to post personal life stuff. It's all comedy-related promotion, fucking around. I don't like, because I'm a little bit scared of the internet now. Like, the older I get that I look at, I don't want everybody to know, you know, who my family members are, who I'm dating, who this thing. It's none of their business.
Well, that's the right thing.
So now people like, oh, you post a lot, and then they look like, but it's always fucking comedy stuff. Like, what's that? Or my dog, you know, because who's going to kidnap my dog? Yeah. Like, stuff like I don't like to share too much, just in case, because there's a lot of weirdos out there.
You're right.
You know? I met a guy last week, 2 days ago at, I went to my aunt's house for New Year's. And related, I guess he's part of the family. And he did something that was interesting. His daughter, who's in the arts, but she's young. She's like 15, 14 years old. She's in high school. She does a lot of plays and sings. She likes that. He told me, I don't let her have an Instagram account or anything else on social media, but I spoke to her about it because he's in IT, about her digital footprint and how she wants to do something in the arts later, and he doesn't want her to get fucked over in the future by when you were 15 and you went on the internet and said something stupid because you're 15.
Yeah,
it's not going to come back and bite you in the ass.
Well, everybody. I mean, look at how many people got canceled just for, you know, tweets from years ago or a joke they made 10 years ago. Yeah, that guy from SNL who got hired and fired within,
the best dude.
Within like 48 hours.
Dude, he's the nicest fucking guy too.
Within 48 hours because of something he said in a podcast. I mean, what we're doing now.
Super dangerous.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I always say, get yourself in a position where you're producing your own stuff, your own shows, your own podcasts, your own stand-up, where if people want to fire you, like, it's just a piece of, you know,
pie.
Yeah, it's just a piece of the pie. Like, for me, 365 days a year, I have shows that I'm either producing or co-producing. Most of it, 95%. In France, in Canada, I'm either producing or co-producing my shows. Okay, so I'm you know, in control of my career.
Yeah.
So if someone says, well, we're going to hire you for this campaign, and then all of a sudden, well, you said this during your show, so now we have to let you go. You're like, fine. It's not affecting my bottom line at all, right? And to the point where a lot of times I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. And I explain to them, I'll do this if these are the conditions that go with it, meaning whatever I say on stage, whatever I say in any podcast, whatever I do on, you know, in TV shows does not affect it.
Yeah.
It's fine. You know, with Francis Got Talent, it was great because I had that conversation early with them and they're like, no, we actually want you because you have no filter.
There we go.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we love that. We want that on TV because we don't see it. And honestly, right now that show is one of the biggest shows on TV and we have such a big fan base and fans love that there's someone on TV going, here's the truth, here's what I hate, here's what I like, and making like these wrong jokes, but on primetime television.
That show is
People
you
love that
bullying
shit.
idiots. It makes me so happy. Every fucking clip is just like when it get. You know what I like? I like when it gets to your face and there's a smirk. Like in your head, you've said the joke already. You're like, you're like, this guy's gonna commit suicide. So
Well, a lot of times they'll be up there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take notes. This sucks, and then I'll start writing like just a couple of different things to get them there. You know, to
you
get
make
at them.
Simon Cowell look like a nice lady.
But I find that's fun to do as well, like be on primetime TV and kind of like, you know, switch it up a little bit and add something different and make sure like you stand out from the rest of what's going on TV. But we have an amazing team. Like it's not just me. It's like it works because the rest of the team also loves that stuff, and they kind of, I feed off of them, they feed off of me, and then we sort of create this great vibe up there.
It's a good crew that you have.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's starting to shift. Like people are gonna want more and more of that.
No. What he said, it doesn't even have to shift because what he said is the smartest. Because if you're your own boss, you're producing your own stuff.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to write a letter to. Like I've told people, like, oh, what if you say something offensive and they go back? Go back. You want me to say something that'll get me off TV? Talk to me for 5 minutes. That's it. You don't have to go back. Just talk to me.
Yeah.
The thing is, if I see something on a podcast, what are you gonna do? Write a letter to Poseidon, to Mike, to me? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
They
No,
could.
I've had people even after shows go, I liked everything. I remember I was in France, and there was like, I finished one of my shows, and there was a line, you know, I have a meet and greet
Yeah,
after
always.
every show, right? So there was a lineup of people. All these people lined up to stay and say hi and then at the end there were like 3 Quebecois women who stayed,
Oh.
right?
What?
I know where this is going.
So
It ends in a foursome. He's like, I expected nothing less.
so they came from Quebec to as tourists, but then, you know, you could see the difference too. Like from, you know, in France, everybody was like, cool, it was a great show, we loved it. 3 Quebecois women stayed, and you could see one of them really loved it. The other one was like, she liked it, but she knows her friend is about to say something, so she has to go along. And her friend goes, I liked everything except the jokes you did about women. I was like, well, look, I want you to do something. I want you to go home. I want you to Google safe comedians, and I want you to make a list and go see them. Do not come back to my show.
Oh, that's nice.
Don't come back to my show. That's not for you. It is
Yeah.
not for you. I'm not going to change my set. This is my set.
Who's a safe comedian?
I make fun of it. I don't know, but make a list of comedians that you have, that you want, like, to say the things that you like, and then go watch them. I go, that's the best thing to do.
I
was
that's
like,
gangster.
you
I like
waited.
that.
She waited an hour and a half till the end. She was at the end of the line. Waited an hour and a half so she could say this. So that means there's something that was eating up at her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I thought to myself, I'm like, you know, I'm not going to buy into this. This is my stand-up. This is my show. I make fun of everyone. And I'll make fun of men, women, black, white, Latino, everybody, right? Everybody. I make material about everyone. I write about everybody. So if you don't like it, go watch comedians who are just going to say things you like, right?
But who's gonna say like only things that you like? Because you're never. I'm not even the same person I was a year ago, right? How do you 100% agree with someone else's ideas? I don't agree with everything I say.
Well, that's the thing is like you want to come to a stand-up
'Cause you
show
evolved.
and you want to, it's like watching a movie where there's no conflict.
Yeah.
You watch movies where there's no conflict, that you need the conflict
Yeah.
within any piece of art. There's got to be something, right?
I'll cause a conflict if there not one.
Yeah, exactly. No, but there's got to be something that that you disagree with. People want to see, and that's why social media is now geared towards your tastes, because people are like, well, social media has figured out that the only way to please people is to just give them what they like. But I want to discover new things as well. I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing more that I like than watching a comedian that I don't agree with, but that makes me laugh.
Yes.
You know, where I'm like, oh, that's not my point of view, but it's technically so good.
It's such a funny joke.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm willing. I'm always down with that. I'm willing to accept it. What I don't like is people that get mad at you for not laughing at something that's not funny because they think it's just ideologically that you're, you know, you're at odds. But it's not. Normally, I'll laugh at anything as long as it's funny. I don't give a shit.
Well, that's the thing. Is I think today, and if this is the first time in history I've seen comedians do that to each other, where comedians are policing other comedians.
worst.
I've never seen that before. This is the first time in history, because back in the day, you used to judge comedians. You used to say, they're not funny yet. They're still not, you know, they haven't ripened yet. And
Yeah.
that's a fair assessment to make, to say, okay, you know, they're not at the point where technically they're not great technicians yet, you know, or their stage presence hasn't caught up with their material. Their material hasn't caught up with their stage presence. Those are things we used to debate about. And now it's become like, oh, I don't like this person because they don't agree with, I don't know, whatever it is. Like they don't agree with what I think about this, or they think that they said something about gay marriage that offended me, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, now you're not even judging them as a technician.
All marriage
you're
is
judging
gay
them
marriage.
on their,
Nothing's scarier than a wedding, bro.
It's true.
Yeah, right.
It's, one thing is, everybody's like, why aren't you getting married? I'm like, I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married because it's not because of the marriage. I could deal with marriage. I can't deal with weddings.
Oh, bro.
It's the wedding, because the wedding,
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. And there's always someone who's mad that has nothing to do with both families, who's at the wedding but wasn't sat properly.
At the right place.
Or
doesn't like the chicken.
Doesn't like the chicken, or and it's always someone who didn't fucking give you a gift.
Yeah, it's always,
It's always the person who didn't put enough money in the envelope who has something to say, right?
It sounds like a Marv.
Like the guy's
Marv?
name is
Yeah.
Marv. It sounds like a
somebody would be-
Marv.
Marv.
Yeah.
Marv, the only Marv I've ever heard of is Home Alone, the wet bandit, Marv.
The Wet Bandit.
Yeah. One of the tall guy with the beard. His name was Marv. Remember Marv?
But you ever been to a wedding? Like the wedding.
I don't know why I said that.
No one really wants to be at the wedding except the bride.
I've said this before. This is the bride's
funny.
day.
It is.
As a groom, you gotta don't get involved. Apparently, there's something called groomzillas. Because my sister, that's what she works in, right? In weddings and all. So she was telling me there's guys that is worse than any bride you've ever seen. They're involved
Really?
in everything, and let her do whatever the fuck. It's her day. Stupid. You're just an accessory.
Yeah.
Let her do her fucking thing.
But it's like a second prom.
Yeah,
That's what it
let
is.
her do
It's
her
an
fucking thing.
adult
You're an adult man.
The problem with that, though, because back in the day, right, when you were a kid, proms were fun.
Yeah.
So at the end of prom, there was a
done.
promise of there might be sex, or
Yeah.
at least oral sex or a hand job,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the
Or
wedding,
in your case, the gym teacher molests you.
Jesus.
what? What?
Wait, what?
Did that happen?
No.
No, if you're gonna molest a kid, it's not gonna be him. Bro.
It's not gonna be me, bro.
So that's not your first choice. Okay, so I said,
I was fat, and also I might have I could kill you.
Who was your gym teacher? Jeffrey Epstein?
You know, the gym teacher's like a giant molester. Everyone leaves. He's like, oh fuck, and then he looks at him. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna stoop to that level.
The problem with the wedding is you're so exhausted as an adult at the end of it, you don't even want to have sex.
No, you
want
wanna go to sleep.
You
Yeah.
want to go to sleep and then maybe have sex 2 weeks later after you've recovered from all the nagging and the complaints.
Yeah.
And,
The cake
and
could have been better.
And the bill,
Oh fuck, that's the other thing people don't think about. Is they have to pay for all this shit,
You
right?
have to pay for all this. And the thing is, it doesn't pay itself back except unless you're marrying an Italian. If you're marrying an Italian, then you get a house. You get a house at the end of it. It's true, because it's
And
like,
a servant.
they give you because they give you like tons of cash.
Yeah,
Like,
they take care of you.
Everybody puts money in that
Yeah.
envelope, so at the end you could have like at least a down payment for
Greeks,
on a
they
house.
take care of you too. It's just me. I'm always thinking like weddings. It's just going to a wedding. I feel bad for the people putting on the wedding because I'm like, it's such stress. Because I see, like, my buddies just got married recently. Like I remember Viron's wedding.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying his best to be like, I'm staying away. I'm letting the bride take care of it. But there's always something going on that you have to think about. Oh, the table here. This guy, shit, we made a mistake. We got to seat them here. We have to. Like, it's work.
It is
It's
work.
fucking work.
Yeah.
It's work. It's event planning, and you're not making
Yeah.
a penny. You know.
You know, the Jews do it very well. They give a minimum of $10,000.
What each?
Yes.
That's
What
not
do you?
true.
That is
That's not true.
insanely
Hold on.
stupid. That is the dumbest thing
What
you've said.
Because they circulate their money, apparently.
No,
So
no.
I spoke.
You've been hanging out with the Bronfmans.
Bro, not even-
that's one family who do that.
It's just this sounds like one of your dad's racist ideas.
Well,
Well, let me
it's-
tell you about the Jews.
No, 'cause
They
what they
give
do
each
is-
other each 10 G's, then they take over the
only,
media.
No, only on weddings. Only on weddings. On weddings, they do that because they know they're going to do the same thing.
But there's no way, because what if one of the families doesn't have 10 G's? What you're saying is crazy.
I don't think they'd even give 10 G's.
That is absurd.
Where'd you hear that? And where did that happen?
You heard it from another idiot, guaranteed.
Fuck, now that you say it, I did hear
Who
it
told
from
you?
another fucking idiot.
Another idiot. Who told you?
Fuck.
Please tell me
But
what
what
you
was
I
heard.
can't believe I fell into that.
Who told you this?
But what'd you hear?
Somebody.
I want to know what you heard, because this is
It's
a great
somebody
myth.
who
Guaranteed, this is another one of your dad's.
it's somebody
scam.
who works
With you?
No. Sort of. No. It's somebody. I can't.
Somebody
say
works
who
at
it
the
is.
airport. Somebody works at the airport. Said
Okay,
this.
so what did they say?
So that person dealt with a Jewish person, and then that person, the Jewish
Like
guy,
Jews don't exist.
the Jewish guy was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta stop at a bank fast," and yeah, this is definitely not real. This is definitely
Because you know
not
there's a limit of what you can withdraw.
Exactly.
right?
It's just
I just
That's like
clicked.
$10,
so stupid.
10,000
No, no.
cash. He's like, I have to stop at the ATM at the gas
No,
station.
no, no.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? You know why? Because when the person was telling me the story, I was thinking about something else and it didn't click.
No.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, this doesn't make any sense.
You are insanely
Yeah.
stupid. This is
But
the
why
kind
am I
of-
stupid?
This is the kind of racism I like, though. This is hilarious racism.
Well, it's not just that. It's a positive racism because it's like, oh, you know.
Positive racism.
Yeah, because Jewish people give each other 10 grand at the wedding
a
and
nice
they take
thing.
care of each other. It's a
Yeah.
nice thing. You know,
But it's so
the
stupid.
Indian racism is like, you know, the whole family of 8 will come and put $11 in the envelope and then,
And smile.
and then like that's, you know, so it's like
He wanted us to give you 10, but I
exactly.
sprung for the extra.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a weird racism, but it's fucking. But sometimes if you would sit and just talk to Poseidon, but don't correct him, just get an idea of what he thinks. You're like, this is why society is going downhill. This is how do people believe this nonsense?
But I love it. At the same time, you're like, oh, now I got 10 new minutes of material just
Yeah.
hanging out with this guy.
Yeah, you get material, dude.
So you're Greek also, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you live where now? In which area? Parc-Ex?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives 2 blocks away from here.
Okay. Oh, 2 blocks away. Oh, so
Yeah.
you just walk over.
No.
No.
He still drives. He drives everywhere.
But now
He drives
Because
to
I have to
bathroom.
go.
Parc-Ex
What do you mean?
has become half Greek, half Indian almost? Or is it more Indians?
More
Greeks?
Indian, more
More
Indian now.
Indian.
Yeah.
More Indian. There's one street left.
That's Greek.
Yeah.
The
But-
one where Aphrodite is, no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Saint
the
Roch.
Tripoli and
But
all
not
that.
even the full Saint Roch.
Yeah. Like half of it.
Because Greeks scattered. Some went to Laval.
Shamedy a
there's
lot.
A lot of Shamedy, and then they kept moving. They kept
Yeah.
going
The
north.
worst of the Greeks.
Then there's Brossard. Like everybody, that's what happens if you go back. You'll look at it. All started downtown, and then they kept moving up until they just left the island. They just keep going north
Well,
for some reason.
I think they also got, more affluent. And
Yeah,
then
so they want to move out.
And they want bigger spaces and, stuff like that.
What's crazy? They should have taken care of this neighborhood because now, especially with what's happening, this is the center of the city.
Yeah.
So if you would rebuild here and take care, you're at the best spot. You're on every highway. You do wherever you want.
Yeah.
You're 5 minutes from everywhere.
Would have been prime
But-
time.
Yeah, but leave it up to Indians to take it and make
Yeah.
the whole place rot.
No, actually, now that the university is coming in, people here are going to make those Indian families are going to make all kinds of money.
There's university?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're opening a new campus. Everything's changing.
Every-
Which
Everything's-
university?
Université de Montréal, I think, is opening.
UQAM, I think. No, not.
Oh, is it UQAM? I thought it was well, either way.
Either way,
everything
yeah.
on Beaumont is
a
changing. They've
French one.
rebuilt everything. They're building condos.
Okay.
This neighborhood's gonna.
But what's crazy now in Parc-Ex, you'll see like Indians, immigrants, this, that,
Indians,
Greeks.
immigrants, yeah.
Because that's a race.
Yeah. A lot of these immigrants. So when Poseidon hears immigrants, he thinks it's a race of people. The immigratis.
But then you'll see some dude with blue hair and super short shorts walking.
Oh yeah,
It's like-
a
it's like a
modern, like a
crazy-
university student. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a crazy dynamic.
This is the real melting pot is Parc-Ex.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And now they've opened that, what's it called? This thing right here. This Acadie Marché Central. which
This
is
has
fun.
been here for a
This
while.
has
It's just
been
it's
here
getting
for a
bigger
while.
and bigger. They're
Yeah.
rebuilding everything here. They're-
I'm really curious about what they're gonna do right there across the street. Remember, it used to be a Canada Wide.
yeah.
I'm really curious about what they're gonna do.
Why? Who cares? Why is that what you're curious
I
about?
would like a supermarket.
You should be
there.
more curious about other cultures and how much they give at weddings. That's where your curiosity should peak.
I don't even know why I said that.
I do think in terms of an international city, Montreal has that potential it's not tapping into. It's it's doing well, but I think it could do so much better in terms of just becoming that hub for international people to come in and out, import, export. But I think we're just haven't found the right leadership in terms
That's
of just
what it is.
Yeah,
You're
to-
100% right. It's
to
leadership.
really promote it the way it was. I thought Denis Coderre was on the right track in terms of promoting it, doing things that.
But he
track
lost
people.
a lot of money too. Like he spent money on dumb shit.
Yeah, but that's
and-
also testing things, right?
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
always like that, right? Like, businesses do that. They'll lose money the first couple of years, but make it down the line. Like,
Yeah,
you have to.
you actually have make a good point because
Yeah.
the current lady lost her fucking mind.
Yeah, she wants to get rid of even indoor parking.
Yeah,
The buildings. She wants to rezone everything.
She thinks she's one of these people that thinks that the climate is gonna change if more bikes are out there, right? Not the fact that still our industry, everything that we use is based on destroying the fucking planet.
Yeah.
She thinks if you ride a bike once in a while, it's gonna change something.
Here's what I think. I think if you're going to tell people to stop taking their cars, you've got to make public transport easy
Yeah.
and attractive. I've been to Paris. I wouldn't drive in Paris. I've lived in Paris. I love public transport there because no matter what, when
In
you get
Athens,
into a
too, I was
subway,
fine with public
you
transport.
get into a subway, you get, no matter where you want to go in Paris, you get 200 meters from your destination. You have 5 options to get there because the subway is so well built. I think here,
Athens too, downtown Athens, you're fine.
AC.
Yeah.
It even has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, London's like that, Paris like that, New York is like that. And if we want to compete at an international level, we gotta up our game in terms of public transport. Because the last thing people want is to take a metro and then wait for 3 buses to get home.
Yeah.
So you have to have your like train de banlieue, you know, that like train that.
Well, they're putting that super, what do they call the speed train, or they're trying to build that railway.
Yeah, but it's like a short distance. They got to make it so that everybody can get in and out of the suburbs quickly. That little train that takes you everywhere is so inefficient right now, and they haven't improved it. And not just that. I think Canada, if people want like people keep telling you, oh, you know, the carbon footprint when you take a flight. Like, you have no choice, man. When you go to Toronto, what do you want to do? 6 hours back and forth? And you want to take that train that like goes at the at the speed of like a street sweeper, like you don't want, like if you look at Via Rail, like if you look at Europe, the TGV is so efficient, so quick. You get to your destination in 1/3 of the time of driving a car. Meaning you get to Toronto in like 2.5, 3 hours tops.
That's fine.
Wow.
That could work.
That's amazing.
Without having to check in, check out.
Yeah.
So they should build trains and they should build public transport to, like, you know, follow the discourse that they're having, because they're all saying we need to save the planet. But you got to have your Minister of Transport saying, okay, well, then let's build it in a way where people don't want to take their cars. Like, to get here, there's no other way for me to get here than by car.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it takes me an hour and a half.
I used to bring comics on the podcast when I first started a few years ago, and a lot of local comics that don't have cars, they're like, how the fuck am I going to get there?
No, you Google map it. By car, it takes me 12 minutes. By metro, it'll take me like an hour.
Yeah.
You know, so
That doesn't make sense.
Obviously, it doesn't make sense. If you look at Paris, it's the opposite. In metro, it'll take you like half the time than in a car. So you're like, I'm just going to take the metro. I'm going to take the TGV. I'm going to take the RER to get places all over in France. And we should do that for this country as well.
And this city is at such a good spot. We're close to New York. We're close to everyone. It's the essence of the city, it's not a fake European feel. Like, you don't go, oh, we have like a downtown area that feels like Europe, certain cities. No. We really are different than the rest of Canada, than anywhere else in North America. This city, this whole province, but this city in particular, there's something special about it. Yeah. Plus, in terms of a province, natural resources, we kick everyone's ass.
Yeah.
And we just don't have the management to use it properly, right? It's like giving a caveman a fucking, a drill, a lightsaber or something. They don't know what the fuck they're going to do with it. No. They're cavemen. That's what we are here. We're cavemen. Yeah. Cavemen are in charge, and we have everything. This could be the best fucking spot.
It could. And I think if they build the right public transport within the city and the right, like, railway system to get to and from, because I think all of these cities that are close, that are an hour and a half by flight, if you did trains that got there in 3 hours, everybody be taking the train, and then you've cut your carbon footprint because it's all, it's way more efficient.
You know the fucked up things about that? It would be easier for people to come in the city, like let's say for Laval, right? Do you really want these Lavalers coming in here?
It's true, because now they get demotivated by no parking.
Yeah. You want them.
It's true. It's true.
Do you really want them driving around and be like, I want the 2 creams, bro. You want that? You want every parking lot, every Tim Hortons parking lot to be full of people sitting there giving each other hand jobs. You don't want that in Montreal. There's not enough space for these Lavalers.
It's true. People are staying local. I know with me, I live in NDG. I try to walk everywhere. I'm like, no, we're going to do our groceries here. We're going to do our banking over here. I'm going to stay within walking distance as much as possible.
I came by your place 2 days ago.
You did?
Yeah, because Wasim, I went to get that DVD that I told you about.
Oh, right.
Which I forgot at home, but I'll get him to burn it, send you a digital copy. So I passed by, because I remember I was driving by, this place looks familiar. And then I saw that restaurant we had went to, and I was like, oh, with Mike?
Oh, yes.
And I was like, oh, shit, I came here with Sammy and Mike. And then Wasim's like, yeah, Sammy lives around here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, it's a nice, because I told the first thing I saw, I go, this feels like a nice suburban area outside of the city, but it's right in the fucking middle of the city.
Yeah, it's kind of like, like it's, it sort of feels like the Outremont of Anglos almost. But it's becoming bilingual. I mean, that's the cool part.
That's what it should be. I don't mind, but I prefer things to be bilingual.
But I think more and more, if you see it, like if you go to the Plateau, you hear English and French. If you go to Outremont, you hear English and French. If you go to NEG, you hear English and French. And that's starting to happen. Westmount, everywhere, it's starting to become that sort of hybrid, and I think that's fun. That's one of those things that makes us unique as well.
Bro, it's all government bullshit. The whole separating people. I started doing comedy in French.
Yeah.
These fucking people embraced me better than fucking he does.
Yeah.
And he loves me. And still,
Really?
they love me. They might love me more. Yeah.
We should throw Spanish in the mix.
No,
too,
it's
bro.
an amazing audience. It's an
Yeah.
amazing audience, and the government, like I said, man, like especially this provincial government. You know, you look at your leaders to set the tone for what's going on, and with all of this bullshit where they're trying to actually separate people and like they try to make everybody into different class of citizens. I think that's hurting this province.
And
more
yet
than
there are
anything.
low-class people. There are low-class people, Sammy.
What
There
is?
are people that are in a different class. For example, we're sitting here. We're talking. This man believes
that he's our equal.
yeah. This man believes that he's an equal. But you know what's fucked up about me is I went to top up my girlfriend's bus pass the other day.
I was about to bring that up.
Dude, I told him, I called him, I go, I think I'm becoming a shitty human being. Because I used to take, growing up, the metro, the buses, that was my life. I knew it like the back of my hand. I felt at home.
Yeah.
I haven't stepped foot on a bus or a metro in years.
Wow.
Okay. I had no choice because everything was closed. I had to go to the metro before midnight to top up her bus pass because I
Right.
told her I was going to do it. I just went into Côte des Neiges Metro.
Yeah.
I went down to do it. Bro, I was looking at everyone. I was like, fuck this shit. I can never do this again. I don't like the smell in here. I don't like the feel, the lights.
I know what you
I
mean.
hate everything in here.
It feels like Walmart on a Sunday.
Do you know what I think it is? I don't think it's because I hate the metro. I think it's because when I'm in another country, another city, I love taking the metro. I think it's because all those years of taking it, it feels to me like a step backwards.
Right.
That's what I think it was. I don't think it had anything to do with the actual physical metro. I think it was when I went in there, I had all these memories of shitty jobs, shitty all that, and I was like, ugh, I gotta get the fuck. That's what I think it is, because I was trying to analyze, like, why did I feel so uncomfortable? I used to know this shit. I used to feel so comfortable.
But also
So
our
fun.
metros feel dystopian.
Maybe that's what it,
dystopian.
because it did feel dystopian. It felt like we lost the war to Bosnia or something.
You know what?
Like,
Though? To me, you know why? I see it in a different way. You know, now that I'm doing so well, to me, it's like I feel like I'm in there and I feel like an Emirati. Who came in and like said, "Hey,
bus tickets for
bus
everyone."
tickets for everybody."
That's
The
amazing.
best fucking.
That's amazing.
There's a newspaper spread. It's just Sugar Sammy like this, bus tickets flying around. Just,
He's just there. He's there. He's like, bus ticket for you.
Bus
Bus
tickets
ticket
for
for
everybody.
you.
No, I actually like it because it's efficient. I mean, when I need to get to certain places, you know, efficient in a closed space.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Yeah.
like, if I need to get downtown, it's quick. If it's, you know, then
I
it's
felt
fine.
uncomfortable, and I haven't felt that kind of level of uncomfort in a very long time.
Yeah,
And-
rush hour is the worst.
And it wasn't, dude. It was the middle of the night. It was just about midnight.
Oh, right.
And it's just, I think it was just memories of being in the metro and doing things I didn't want to do, but I had to do type of thing. That's what I think it was. Because I was looking around, I go, I don't want to be here. It felt weird, like I was taking a step back. And it's so psychotic to say, because we do have a good metro system here, and it's something I was so familiar. I used to live in the fucking metro, you know. I used to use the metro to go everywhere, and I told him, I go, do you think it's like I'm becoming a fucking asshole? And he's like, no, you've always been an asshole. It's just that you
growth,
could you
yeah.
could forget something. You could actually you could outgrow neighborhoods. You could outgrow friends. You could actually outgrow certain things in your life that are common.
Yeah.
And then going back feels alien. Metro, it's so crazy to say in Montreal that a metro felt stupid to me. And that's, you know, it just felt uncomfortable, like I don't belong there in a fucking metro.
Yeah.
And not that I'm better than it, just that I don't want to be here.
But certain instances, I have to say, I still like taking it. Like, I take it very rarely, but I take it when it's like, okay, let's say I'm going to the game.
Yeah.
I'm like
Oh, that, yeah.
in and out of the game like this. You
Yeah.
know,
It's
perfect.
much easier.
Much easier.
Finding parking
But
downtown.
Yeah, or I want to go downtown to, quickly pick up something. Boom, in and out. And
That's
if it's not
crazy. I would
rush
never
hour.
do that.
Yeah, rush hour. Not rush hour. It has to be like during off hours for sure.
Me, I used to enjoy taking the metro and the bus because it was like a relaxation moment for me.
Yeah, I would put my headphones on. That's why I have
Headphones,
fond
music,
memories
yeah.
of the metro. That's why to me it
Yeah.
shocked me that I felt so uncomfortable, because I remember putting my headphones on and that was my alone time. That hour of travel was me thinking.
Okay, favorite bus.
Wait, hold on. We have to have criteria. What makes it your favorite? Like, what do you mean, quietest, or like the one that you took more often?
Oh, the one I took more often is easy. 165, all along Côte des Neiges. That's
Yeah.
like 165 was the bus.
Yeah, it is,
That
yeah.
took me up and down Côte des Neiges because I used to go to school in Côte des Neiges. The bus I like the most, but that's rare. You have to catch it when you can catch it. Is the 11.
Where's the 11?
11 takes you on the mountain, across.
Oh, I've never taken that bus.
Yeah, that 11. So you take the 165 until Ridgewood, then you wait for the 11, and it takes you across the mountain.
Really?
That's the bus.
I think the best bus was the 80, but they changed it now. What is it, 535 or 435?
right.
The
Parc-Ex.
80 was the best because it would it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
You could one bus, you're home, and you go downtown
Yeah.
in one bus. I think the 80 is the best bus.
Oh, 129 also.
The 129 is amazing. I used
And
to
it
take the
goes
129
along
a
the
lot.
80. Yeah, it goes along the 80.
It meets the 80 right at the mountain.
Yeah.
And 129 goes to Côte des Neiges, goes through Outremont. I like the 129. But the 179, because of school, I spent a lot of time in it. You take it from Lacadie and it goes around. There's a bus, it still exists, the 16, that goes through TMR. If you go to school, like I think Laurel or it'll cut in, I think, the 16. It's the
TMR?
16, I think, the one that goes on Graham. That's a nice.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a nice.
In
yeah.
that little circle
Yeah.
where there's all those shops.
Yeah, exactly.
That little
Yeah,
village. in
Yeah, I
TMR.
love that. I love
I
that.
think it
That's
is
a
the
nice little
16.
spot.
I think it is the 16.
Yeah, that's a good bus.
And what's
Yeah.
your favorite bus?
I think it was the 80.
The short bus.
Oh, 80.
Sure, you sucker.
The
Forget
80.
about it.
I think the 129 to me was fun.
It was a good bus, the 129.
129, 165, but the 11, you'd have to catch it. It's like an eclipse. You have to like really catch it when you catch it. Otherwise, you're waiting for 45 minutes.
The 161 is good too, but the 161 is full of riffraff
Yeah.
because the 161 passes.
Plamondon.
Yeah, it passes all kinds of fucked up neighborhoods. But I remember strategy in the 161. The 161 is funny because you're talking about Jewish people. In the morning, what I would do is I was going to the metro. I would always find if there was a Hasidic Jew sitting on one of the single seats, I would go hover over them because I know that they're not going too far out of Outremont.
Yeah.
So I could steal that seat.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
always
smart.
I
That's
strategize by race on the
smart.
bus. Yeah.
Good strategy. That's good strategy. And it went all the way to Rosemont.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rosemont Metro, which was another shitty metro station.
Yeah. And there's the 160 also that's parallel that used to go all the way down Barclay.
Yes, exactly. Barclay.
Yeah.
It would go. It was the only one that would go down. You could get it from DeCarry
Yeah.
and make it all the way home. Yeah.
Yep. And all the way to the KFC corner Plamondon in Victoria. It was right there.
Does that KFC still exist?
It still exists.
Dude, the only KFC I think anywhere is still just in Plamondon.
It's right there. $2 Tuesdays, man.
Yeah, Toonie
No,
Tuesday. I
there's-
remember that.
There's the one at Côte Vertu Metro also.
Still exists?
Yeah.
Toonie
It should,
Tuesdays.
with Taco Bell.
No, I don't think that still exists anymore. That was
Are you
years ago.
sure?
Yeah, I don't think we have a Taco Bell here anymore.
No, and they closed all the KFCs in Quebec City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a KFC at the Anguignon shopping mall.
Oh, great. Angino Shopping Mall. I was talking about this. That's like that. That's a depressing shopping mall.
Yes.
And for certain reasons, because they have the right stores, but inside's depressing. It's kind of like I was telling my girlfriend. I was like, it kind of looks like the mall you go to break up with someone, like because
You live here now, Cindy.
Because I was like, it was like if you drive there with them, and this is a good strategy if people are listening. If you drive there with them and you break up with them in like a common area, and then you're like, and then you leave, it's gonna take them long to get home as well.
could think about it.
Yeah, no, because they'll take a few buses and
Yeah,
metros to
they'll
get
have
there.
to think about the whole thing. They'll get over it. Just the fact that they survived the ride home, they're gonna be happy. It's like the Warriors. Remember the Warriors? Like the Warriors came back from that place.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, there's some parts of that area that feels like you walk in, you drive, like let's say you're driving, it's like residential, nice, and then it looks fucking like it's been bombed.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what?
But LaSalle has a lot of Indians and Italians.
There's Greeks in LaSalle too.
Really?
I know some Greeks. Yeah.
But I know there's like that whole street Monk that's like very Italian, isn't it?
Oh, there's Italians too. Yeah, Italians are everywhere in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, Italians don't fuck
But
around.
there's a difference
They
between-
move wherever they want.
Yeah, I know it's true. But
Yeah.
there's a difference between LaSalle Italians and St. Leonard Italians.
All, dude, even Greeks,
Yeah.
Laval Greeks, Brossard Greeks, Parc-Ex Greeks, all different.
Yeah, it's like
There's even
different
Côte des
islands.
Neiges Greeks.
There's Côte des Neiges
Yeah.
Greeks. Yeah, it feels like different islands. Like Crete
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
Chamonix
Yeah,
is like the
yeah,
Crete.
yeah.
Except just different people. No, Chamonix is not Crete. Don't talk shit about Crete, bro. No. But it's all okay. I got a question since there's 3 Montrealers in here. Because malls have different feels.
Right.
Worst fucking mall in the city that you go in, you're like, why does this exist?
Alexis Neon.
Alexis Neon's still good.
Alexis Neon's not even on my top 5 of worst malls.
Yeah.
Fairview also.
No, not even close.
Really?
Bro, you want a shitty mall, bro? DeCarry Square is a
DeCarry
shit
Square.
mall.
Oh my god! I
Carey
can't believe
Square
I
is a
forgot
shit small.
about that.
Carey
One.
Square.
Côte des Neiges is a shit mall.
Côte des Neiges.
And what's that one? That one on the east, the one where you go to court for parking tickets, where I've been there.
Versailles.
Place Versailles. Place Versailles shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Place Versailles, you go in and you're like, I should just end it.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I agree with that. Côte des Neiges needs... Well, Côte des Neiges, they're renovating.
They're
now.
renovating. They're trying their best.
They're trying their best, so they're going
Yeah.
to renovate.
But
And
DeCarry Square is still shit.
Carey
bro.
Square, you know what the problem with them is? I think there's something going on with they're not attracting the right stores. They have a Winners, And then that's it. Then they have a Sears clearance house downstairs.
Yeah.
And that's it. And they have a gym. And the rest is
They have
like
a gym there now?
Yeah, they have all offices. They've had a gym there for years. What's it called? It's called the M Fitness,
Okay.
which is like a chain. So they have and then the rest is just offices and weird stores.
Weird stores. They have the license people are there, so I go there
Yeah.
to renew my license because
Yeah.
sometimes there's no people there.
The Dollar Cinema.
The Dollar Cinema's still around there. Yeah, it's just a shitty mall.
Weird.
Yeah.
They used to have a Pizza Hut right in front years
Yeah.
ago when I was young.
Gone.
Everything's gone there.
Yeah.
That place is like it's like concrete, and you're trying to plant flowers. Nothing can grow properly.
Someone needs to take over that mall and like attract the right things there, and also maybe like, just promote it. You know, like
Carrefour Laval has a nice mall.
Yeah.
Carrefour Laval's a nice fucking mall,
Laval's great.
and they pump oxygen in there to keep you in there longer. It's
And
smart.
there's beautiful women
Yeah.
Where?
at Carrefour Laval.
Oh, really?
Gorgeous.
Ooh.
Fairview. Fairview's another great one, isn't it?
Fairview's the one out west, no?
Point Claire, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Fairview being shitty.
Is
It's
it?
not. It's not that good of a mall, but it still doesn't.
I think they have a bunch of stores. No, don't they have like all the mega stores?
They're always getting robbed. There's always jewelry heists going on there.
Really?
Yeah, they've been robbed repeatedly. I think over
Wow.
there. Yeah.
The reason why I said Alexis Neon is because before they renovated, it used to be an absolute mess. Of a
Didn't
mall.
people piss on the floor all the time?
piss, shit, forget like
You used to work there.
yeah, bro.
I
It used to be
forgot.
an absolute.
He used to work in front of the Comedy Nest. He used to work at the Telus over there.
Yeah, it used to
Years
be
ago.
a mess in that mall. A
Yeah.
complete mess. Like, at some point, I went outside for a cigarette. There was a guy eating hashed meat from the packaging.
Yeah, people I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, remember the guy I saw? There was a guy who I seen.
That's not a problem with the mall.
The
That's
guy
a
was
problem with that guy.
no, but that was fucked up though. The guy tried to commit suicide off one of the bridges. I think the Champlain.
And
Bridge.
he failed.
He failed, but he got retarded.
He got retarded.
So he would walk around the mall like this, like he was fucked up.
Oh man.
So
Like-
like I've seen that man eating his own shit, drink his piss. Yeah, fucked up shit.
Okay, so
I feel bad for that guy.
I feel bad too, but
Anyway.
Okay.
So while
but
we're
that kind of mall.
the guy who I saw when I go
So
do
the
two
ground
drink minimum.
beef was actually a good decision compared to everything else.
There's a guy I see him almost every second week when I go do 2 drink minimum with Mike. He's on. He's very close to Saint Laurent. He's always eating stuff off the floor. But I saw him the first time I saw him. He was crushing nuts with his hand on the sidewalk on wet pavement and eating it off the sidewalk. And then I told him on the podcast. And then I saw him 2 weeks later. At the same spot. So I know we're around the same time and where his spot is.
That might be the same guy. Would he walk funny?
No, it's not the same
okay.
guy. It's right off. What's that street? That secret street that I take.
No, but how would he walk? Would he walk like this?
I didn't see him walk. He's sitting. It's not clearing out. It's the other side of town. Anyways, so this has been a fucking eye-opening experience for people watching. The best is people that are not from Montreal. They're like, "What the fuck is up with that city? What's going on with?"
It's true.
It's a good city. It's a good. I mean, Greater Montreal. Like we make fun of Laval this time, but it's fucking awesome. Like everything's. We have all kinds of good shit here.
We do, but it needs to be maintained. Like
We need good leadership.
If you look at Saint Laurent Street and Saint Denis Street, I mean, those places used to be
Booming.
like booming, man. It was like a gold mine over there,
Yeah.
and they just became the saddest streets in the last few years. I think that needs a revival. I think there definitely needs to be good leadership on a municipal and provincial level here.
Instead, we have bike lanes. They focus a lot on these bikes.
Look, I don't mind the bike lanes, but also, create the rest, to make sure that everybody else who doesn't want to take a bike is happy as well.
My favorite part of the city is Old Montreal. I think.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's nice, but it's touristy. Like you can't.
But that's why like you see a bit of everything. You see tourists, like you see also like I don't know.
I think it's fun to visit. I used to live there. In summer, it would take me 45 minutes to get home from the beginning of Old Montreal to my place because I was stuck behind a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like because there were fireworks and there were too many people, or it was like tough.
Yeah.
So I like it, but I like it as a tourist, and I like to go there to visit. But I don't know if I'd live there again.
No. I can't.
No. I wouldn't live there.
Yeah.
There's too much shit going on.
Yeah.
There's no
yeah.
more horses, though. They're getting rid of it, that's a good thing
Yeah.
they did. I felt bad. Always seeing these horses sad and getting beat up and shit. I don't like that stuff. Yeah.
I didn't know enough about that. I saw that on the news that they've been accused of mistreating those horses.
Yeah. But we rescued one. He's here. He's doing good.
He's an intern now.
He's an intern
I
now.
heard they would work them to like past exhaustion, like no water.
Yeah, they
no-
would just collapse.
Yeah,
Yeah, because people are pieces of garbage.
Wow.
like it wouldn't actually like if they treated the horses right.
The horses would stay with them and they wouldn't be with another horse. Anyways, I guess we're going to grab some lunch.
Yes.
We did a fucking, I think this was an excellent goddamn podcast.
I think it was fun.
This was, even for people that aren't from Montreal, even though they're going to be confused, I think it was fucking top notch.
Come visit Montreal.
Sugar Sammy. SugarSammy.com is where they're going to go for Sugar Sammy related events and videos. Sugar Sammy, how long are you going to be in the city? You're only here for 2 weeks, then you're back to Europe, right?
No, I'm off to the States. So
Wait, you have your American tour coming.
Yeah. So I have Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, San Jose, and New York City. So go on my website. Everything's there. Follow me on Instagram. And back to Montreal for some shows. Right now we're selling tickets for that. It's next year, but it's like a secret link. So write me on all social media. I'll send you the link privately, and you can pick up those tickets.
I love that you do that, by the way, still the secret link stuff and the secret shows. We did secret shows together last year, and it was fucking fantastic.
That was fun, huh?
Dude, you have an amazing fucking audience.
Yeah, it was great.
So, Sammy, go to sugarsammy.com. Follow him on social media. Me and Mike fucking love Sugar Sammy, so fucking approve of all the shit that he does. He's goddamn hilarious. Last time you went down to New York, I think you had fans that came down that are 2 Drink Minimum fans.
Oh, wow.
That sent us a message that they liked your shit. I think you were, unless I'm crazy, you were, where the fuck were you?
Caroline's, yeah.
Caroline's, yeah. So your shit is doing good. Everybody likes you. You're in different demographics, which is hard to do. Like, I don't know if I could touch the same people you touch, like in terms of, mainstream appeal, but you found a fucking way to do it. So you know what I'm talking about. It's nearly impossible what you're doing. It's fucking fantastic.
I think it's all growing immense slowly. You know, I think we're all on our way to keep growing our business and doing well and making sure that our fans are happy and just staying true to ourselves. That's what I love about you, man. You went on stage and you just ripped it up. You don't apologize for anything you say, and I love that shit, man.
Well, I fucking appreciate it, Sammy. So we're gonna go eat. But remember, follow Sugar Sammy. You can follow Poseidon at ThePoseidon69. And the closing statement for today is that we got big things coming, each of us, for the next year, I guess, that we're planning. I will continue my campaign of harassment towards Sugar Sammy. I've been trying to get him to start a fucking podcast, and I will continue to harass him. It's not that he doesn't want to. He wants a topic that is special, near and dear to his heart before he starts it.
Yeah.
So we're going to fucking find one.
I want to be passionate about it, you know?
All right. It should be about Poseidon International Affairs. Thank you guys for listening.